The guest for today is Mr. Ian Moore
Good morning.
from Omex. All these products we have here, Fortify, Calmax B, Foliar Boron, New Kid and the Black Magnesium Plus and Bio 20 are supplied to Caribbean chemicals in the Caribbean from Omex. So I'm not going to waste your time. I'm going to hand over straight to your guest, Mr. Ian Moore from Omex.
Okay, have you all got the leafy vegetable program guide? And are you all broccoli growers? Yeah.
Yeah, so Ian, broccoli.
This is the key. Yeah. Okay, we're going to look at the products. Okay, so I imagine you all agree that you have to apply foliar fertilizers to get maximum yield and potential out of your crops, because we deal with the foliars, so it's what you apply on the leaves. Other company suppliers will deal with granulars and pesticides. We deal with we deal with nutrition in general and also what's supplied on the leaf. The sequence is pretty simple really for a leafy crop, like broccoli, obviously the flower as well. So you'd start off after post-transplant with these two products. That's Bio 20, which is has got nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium in it, 20% of each product, macroelements, main elements for the crop nutrition, and also a full range of microelements, which one of my colleagues mentioned earlier in the week is the small key to open the big door. You have to have a full range of microelements so the crop can express its full potential and full growth potential and grow. It's like iodine, you know, I live in the highlands of Colombia and there's a shortage of iodine because it's a long way from the sea. So that's kind of a microelement which limits human growth and can cause problems with the thyroid. Same as a plant, requires all the elements, iron, zinc, copper, manganese, boron, molybdenum, cobalt. So lots of different strange elements that are required for the plant in small quantities for proper growth and development. It's also got a seaweed extract which comes from South Africa, which is naturally rich in auxins, and auxins is a plant hormone which you apply initially in the crop post-transplant so you get good young root growth, because obviously there's transplants from the nursery, the old roots die off, don't they? The plant's left standing there with no roots, so you've got to encourage root growth. This is a good product for root growth as it contains natural auxins which go down to the roots and induce rooting in the early stages, and accompanied by Fortify. Fortify, as it suggests, is to fortify the plant. It helps with plants' defences against damping off and other fungal diseases that you find in the neck and the roots of the plant, because it contains two forms of phosphorus. In this case it's phosphites, which will help protect the plant against disease. Phosphite is not a plant nutrition, it's not an element which the plant uses for food. It's used, it goes all over the plant, very systemic, a lot of movement up and down the plant's bloodstream, which is the vascular tissue. So you apply it on a foliar level or even in drench, and it moves up and down the plant to the growing points, the shoots, the buds and also the roots, and it protects, the phosphate protects against fungal infection. And the other source of phosphorus is phosphate, and phosphate is obviously plant nutrition, as you know. Phosphate, it's phosphorus which can readily uptaken by the plant. It's also a source of energy, and of course in early stages of crop production, post-transplant, you need lots of phosphorus, as I'm sure you're aware, for root growth and general development. It's also got 40% of potassium. So this product is often considered to be multi-purpose. You can use it throughout the cycle, as we'll see. Now. So that will be week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4 post-transplant at about 15 millilitres per gallon. I mean, here conditions are so hot and warm that the plant grows really quickly. You know, I come here and I'm surprised that you have to apply products every 5 days because there's so much going on, there's so much growth. It's warm and warmer, it's a lot of activity and a lot of growth in the plant. The crop down there is about 4 weeks old apparently, about 10 leaves on it, the broccoli, and I'm told that after 4 or 5 weeks you start to get flower initiation, as you call it, bolting, and the plant starts to form, but what's going to be eventually the broccoli head. So we'd switch about week 5 and 6, about 20, so this is to develop a good leaf structure as well. You want big, strong, dark green leaves. So you've got a big, because the leaf is like a sugarcane factory. The leaf is there for production of sugars. using light, water, carbon dioxide. It's a bit of a minor miracle really, isn't it? Using elements that are readily available from the soil and from the air, and obviously sunlight, you get production of sugars. So we depend upon sugars, don't we, for our lives, and then sugars then moved into converted into fats and proteins and lipids. So the basic building block, organic building block, is the leaf, which is a sugarcane factory producing sugars. So you need to have lots of big leaves, dark green leaves with lots of chloroplasts, which is where sugar is produced. And we've also looked here on the plot, and we've incorporated magnesium plus into the formulation in the early weeks of the crop, week 2 and week 3 and 4, because this has extra magnesium in it, and magnesium and manganese are elements which help to form the chlorophyll molecule, which is where sugar production takes place. So we're getting an increase in darker greener leaves, not quite blue yet, but they're getting dark green. Lots of chloroplasts and sugar production. Okay, moving on to the next one. Once you've got a good frame, good shoots, roots, leaves, dark green leaves, producing sugars, you then want to start thinking about flower production in case of broccoli. So you move to the next stage, week 6 onwards, will be Calmax and Fortify. Fortify, as I've said, it's multi-purpose. It's got phosphate in it, which is very good as a source of phosphorus and energy for flowering. Also zinc and manganese in the formulation. And the Calmax B has got calcium and boron, which are obviously very important for flowering. Calcium, boron, very important elements in the crop cycle at flowering time and beyond. And again, also you've got a full range of microelements, the small key to the big door, which I've learnt this week from Caribbean Chemicals. Very important to have them in trace quantities, parts per million, so the plant can fully express itself and with optimal growth and avoid any kind of deficiencies, and because obviously here you want the crop to keep growing.
So what is the best method of application?
Very good, yeah. Okay. Good question. Well, you normally go with a knapsack sprayer, wouldn't you? Yeah, which is like 16 litres approximately. These products are designed for foliar application. So as you can see, if you want to weigh that, that's 1 litre, and it weighs like 1.5 kilos.
Heavy.
They're heavy because they're packed full of nutrition, packed full of nutrients in the bottle, and it also contains a coadjuvant package, which means it's got stickers in it, sweaters and dispersants. So it's great for foliar application. Knapsack sprayer. They're easy to mix. You just move them up and down like a cocktail waiter.
Do you recommend mixing them with something else while spraying or on its own?
Yeah, these 3 products are totally compatible on the tank mixes with pesticides and fungicides and whatever else you want to put in the tank mix.
Oh.
They're all approximately they're all pH 5 or 6. The 45, just check.
Yeah,
they're fine.
One in here, please.
Go on.
Suzie, the only thing we don't recommend, we have seen in the past, the Calmax B, don't use it with capri. You might get a little fight attack, a little scorch in the leaves.
Oh,
Especially in the younger plants.
Thank you.
Oh, okay.
But otherwise, excellent products.
So like tomato now and it's fruit up now, we can use both of them, the capri and the Calmax.
No, we say use.
Just avoid the two of them.
Avoid mixing both, yeah, because it kind of generate some kind of something after they mix it together.
Because calcium and a whole precipitate.
You have to be careful,
Yes, you have to be careful with calcium. That's why if you're going, take for example, you have your drip, like you have a tank, you have a drip now. If you're going to mix calcium nitrate with a potassium nitrate, you don't mix them together. You mix up the calcium by itself, pour it in the tank
separately.
Because calcium precipitate, so we can get a little hard or thick with other chemicals. So
calcium and a whole you use best by itself.
Yeah.
Try don't interact with
But
it.
in this one, the Calmax B and the Fortify, these can be mixed together. Because of this formulation, how it's formulated.
The calcium should really drop out and form a solid with the phosphate here, but it doesn't. Within the omex range, they're totally compatible within each other. Because obviously calcium, like I say, copper, is a problem, and also mixing it with phosphates and sulfates from a different brands may cause precipitation. And you get further, this has some carrying chemicals as to their other products as to which is mixable. But within omex, Calmax can be mixed with 45, and it doesn't drop out or form a solid with calcium phosphate because of the formulation technology we use, because it's specific for foliar application. So it's made in a way that they're compatible within themselves. And what happens is that you apply them on the leaf, and then it forms a little layer of 100% humidity. Dispersed water spreads out over the leaf, and with high humidity on the leaf surface, the cuticle, the upper surface of the leaf, which is the waxy surface on brassicas, opens up and allows the nutrients to go down a diffusion gradient, it's called, because the plant obviously wants the nutrients, so it's calling them into the plant, and then once you've got the pores open, then it just gobbles them up like a little fledgling in a nest, looking for food from the mum and dad. It's big beak, so that's the way it goes in. It's definitely a specialist technology, because obviously plants generally feed from the roots, so you need good technology with the foliars to make sure that they stick to the leaf, they wet the leaf, and they open the leaf up. Okay, so that will then be the omex schedule from week 6 onwards with the broccoli, isn't it? It's Calmax from 45. Yeah, and with crops that there's deficiencies of boron, which is like misshapen fruit, strawberry growers, papaya growers, okra, even peppers in the second canopy as it gets older, and also tomato growers with the first truss as well. Which is often difficult to.
Sorry to break you, 1 minute.
Yeah.
There is a farmer that is right here with me, Mr. Tedroy Lewis. Mr. Lewis.
Okay.
You can tell the farmers about this product, sir. How you family converted?
Yeah, man, they're very good. I never used to use this product until Mr. Spence introduced it to it about 3 weeks ago. I have a tomato garden. Well, right about now, the tomato are mostly losing truss. That's it, the blossom. And Mr. Spence came there and did 3 weeks of spraying. He marked off 3 rows and used this product. And I use my own product that I normally use. And when I observe, his tomato were like holding better fruits than mine. So from this week, I switched to this product. Yeah, so I can recommend this product.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. So this makes much water. We use a jumper.
So it will be 15 ml per gallon. So 750 ml. So this is 500. So you want
Another one.
one of this plus half of this.
Mixer jump.
Mixer jar. 750 ml mixer jar.
That practically mix maybe about 7 pounds of water.
Yeah.
Maximum 7 pounds of water.
And you probably just need it about 2 times. How many times you apply it?
Well, me just start. Today is the first I started.
Okay.
But Mr. Spence used to do it like every she was 3-4 days apart.
I want it to boost it, but don't follow me, farmer. I want it to show.
No, he just wanted to show how good it was, so
Because this gentleman is not hard to convince him. Because this is
So you say you want to work fast?
not easy to convince him, because guess what? This man I read night and day. I learn a lot from
you
him.
have to make sure you think proven. You have to be proven, so that's why he come back like 3 days apart to make it work faster.
Yeah.
But normally I would spray like every 7 days.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a very simple program. These 2 products in combination, it's a complete foliar feed. There's only one element missing from this combination. Which is it?
Nitrogen?
No, he's not saying. It's Calmax 45.
Yeah, there's one element missing.
Potassium.
No. Begins with S. It's
Sulfur.
Yes.
Sulfur.
There's only sulfur missing from this mixture. Everything else is in there. Between the 2 products, and they're compatible. So it's really good for week 6 onwards for general growth.
So you can use those and don't use fertilizer then?
No, you got. It's a complement. Foliar fertilizer is a complement, and with really quick-growing crops like you have in hot conditions, you need to feed
them
above and
Apart from fertilizer,
and below as well. Yeah, it's so important.
So that's like a substitute for like 2020 and Nourish and things like those?
Yeah.
I want to say absolutely.
So if I use those, I don't have to use 2020 and Nourish and all them
this,
something.
The Bio
Better.
20, this has the 20. So there's like a complete, this is an even combination of the NP and K, but it also has a seaweed extract. So that also has the biostimulants to help the root structure as well as the leaves.
Oh, okay.
And
And I heard the guy said one help blossom, so I don't have to use blossom booster if I'm using that, cause it's help the blossom.
thank you. The call Max be here.
Yeah, no, you're fine. I mean, this is good enough for excellent flowering
Both of them.
and
Call
fruit
Max
and
45.
fruit set.
And bulk.
Also fruit sets as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have anything for like swelling of the fruits or anything like that?
It's
The
all
same
here,
Calamax
it's all here,
B.
Yeah, well,
The Calamax,
yeah,
yeah.
because there are 5 elements involved in bulking up fruit.
These product are like it's like a program. This is like a program.
Yeah.
So once you're using this program, you don't need to like go back to like 2020
in
or
terms of-
Nourish or those. You just follow this program and you get results.
In terms
Instead
of-
of that.
You still have to use, remember that these have biostimulants in them as well. So you're stimulating the plants to produce. So you still need to feed them as
Yeah,
well.
with nutrients,
with your granules.
nutrients and granules.
Your granules,
Yeah,
you
the
can
stuff
do
you
the
put underneath, you know,
Right.
trickle irrigation or granularly around the
Well,
bulb.
we're talking like cutting expense. You know, if you start this as a program from day one, from nursery come up, you
Yeah.
don't have to go back and buy it.
Right, because you don't want to, right,
You
the
don't want to
expense.
double up,
Right.
right?
So once you use this, you can move away from buying
Yeah.
2020 or Nourish or production
What
boots
other,
and stuff.
what
then.
other
This is your product. This
Yeah,
is your
our
your
program, so-
program.
So
But
give
remember
our
now,
program
that's their 2020, you know, the
Yeah,
Bio 20.
it's
Yeah.
their
Yeah.
program from day one, from the nursery
Yeah.
come right up to harvesting.
Yeah.
Right.
So if you're using their program, you can bypass any other program.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's in terms of foliar application. Yeah,
Foliar, yeah.
Because like you've got there's 5 elements involved in bulking up, you know, and there's potassium, as we all know, magnesium, boron and molybdenum in smaller quantities, microelements, boron, molybdenum, and also obviously calcium. The concept we have when I used to work in Europe was that calcium creates a space, cell division, and then it's filled by potassium and magnesium bringing in sugars from the leaf. So you've got like the sugar production in the leaf, first stage, then when you get flowers and fruit, sugar has to move from the leaf to the fruit, or the root, or the shoot, or the tuber, whatever happens to be the storage organ. So that's kind of very simple concepts, you know, of vegetative growth initially, and then send all the sugar factory stuff down to the flower or the root, or in cases of cabbages, it's actually the very same leaf, of course. So it's kind of 2 phases, and these have all those elements required for sugar movement, and then bulking up of your fruit, heavier, bigger weight, better quality.
So this is right. Is that fungicide as fertilizing?
Fertilizer. This is part fungicide, part fertilizer. It helps in disease resistance against
Yeah,
like
it's not a
pithing.
fungicide per se, that it wouldn't kill the fungus, because that's what a fungicide is. But
But
it
he help to prevent it.
It helps the immunity,
Okay.
yeah. It helps boost up the plant's immune
yeah.
response.
And that's what against downy and powdery mildew as well. That's why it's called in the States it's called Fortress, because it helps to develop the plant's defences against 2 different sorts of fungal attack.
That's why it's good to start off early with that one. With the 40.
Because normally persons always wait until there's a problem with the plant before they try something and instead it don't work, but we're not using it properly.
Right.
Cheaper to perfect than cure.
Right. So
And
even
also-
that thing's too expensive. No, you have to wait a little bit before you try certain things, because it's expensive.
Well, I mean, you've got to look at the cost benefit. You know what you pay the money and what happens. What's the
Yeah,
benefit?
that works better in the long run, but you're not looking at it like that.
No, it's
In the
yeah,
first
I mean,
half.
you're perfectly
Right.
Yeah, you tend to be a bit short-sighted sometimes.
So when next Sion is doing a demonstration on your farm, he will work out everything and show you the difference.
Okay.
The cost of the products as opposed to at the end of, because you have to take it right to harvest to see what benefits. So you would know what you were getting before and how much you're spending and now with this, how much you're spending. So it may require a little bit more.
But you get better results.
But
Yeah.
you get it back in the returns when you sell your product.
Yeah, the good thing
And
is that
quality.
most crop cycles are short. I mean,
Yeah.
in Colombia, the stores have to finance a grower for 6 months for his onion crop. 6 months.
Onion?
Wow. Boy. It's up in the hills, you know.
Oh, that's much cooler.
Yeah, so I mean, here you've got the advantage, you've got quick growing crops, which obviously need feeding constantly. And constantly monitoring for pests and diseases. Obviously, it's going to if you leave it 1 day or 2 days, it can change completely, can't it?
Yeah.
That's the kind of you've got to be very agile in this environment.
Caribbean Chemicals and Omex.
No new.
No, the brand.
So what products are you using on this broccoli right now?
So far we have used bar 20, 45, Calmax B and Magnesium Plus.
And from what stage do you start using it on this specific plant?
We started 1 week after the broccoli, in this case the chief variety, was transplanted.
Okay.
What type of insecticide are you using to keep it so clean?
Mimic along with Indicarb, along with Caratrax. So we rotate them on a weekly basis.
And the time is very cold right now, so what do you use for that? Because I don't see any burning of the leaves or anything like that.
What we used was some Acrobat. We did a germs with Acrobat and 45 and by 20 at the first week. Then we came in with some, at week 3 we used a little bellies.
And at the stage of rolling, what would you recommend using?
Still at rolling, we want some Calmax B that is going to stretch the cell wall, so you're going to get a bigger cauliflower along with 45, because the phosphorus in this case is going to help you with weight, increase weight, and you're selling the broccoli by the pound. So the bigger the broccoli, the more money you're going to make. So you can recover your costs that you have spent.
And these broccoli look very clean for you, so the product look like it really works.
Just say Mimic, Caratrax and Indica.
Okay, thank you.
You're shadowing your face on your
Oh, thank you.
Brilliant. I love the way you want the questions.
Ask any question.
Excellent. Yeah.
Okay,
I think
thanks.
we can learn from that.
No one ever read them,
Run calcium and magnesium through the drip.
Did you spray them on?
This one I just not to finish. I spray but somewhere so it's top leaf spray. But I see where as them start, you know, you can see the hole in fruit, you know.
The blossom I hope it's true, man, because Captain have some in and film blossom not drop off. Even Gregory too, Gregory drop off.
Gregory say not hole none. But at least we can see where your mind them start hole. From last you come and see this, so most of them are, you see, all of these are hole in fruit. You see? You realize them start, well this is a good job. This is hole in fruit. Hole in fruit.
Yeah, it's beginning fruit set, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's fun.
No man, so it's not whole month today. From last you realize that most of the younger blossom pushing up to the fruit. This is a good job.
Yeah.
Fruit, yeah. See that fruit. This is a look at it, fruit, you know.
Well, the plants are still pretty compact. They've got good foliage.
Yeah, man, we run a lot of nutrients and it's very good.
Looking good. The program works well, doesn't it?
Yeah, man, the program is working, you know, but it's just a bad season. We are trying our best, but the rainfall and the heavy night dew and you know, and the kind of frost make some of them. Sometimes when you look now, the blossom don't get weak because sometimes it burn like the chest. You see the black spot them here, it burn yeah, and let go the blossom. You see all them black spot here sometimes. You kind of burn it and let go the heavy night dew and thing. Yep. You see up here get black, and the weak chest and it's let go them.
That's a form of a phytophthora now. That's a stem version of the phytophthora.
But I can't too complain because since recently you can see what going on. You see me? You can see, yes, you can see the fruit.
Do you apply Acrobat with the 45 Calmax?
No, I use Trivia. Yeah, I use Trivia.
Propinevan.
Yeah. Well, it looks pretty healthy. I mean, compared to what we saw yesterday.